G'day and welcome back to episode 6 of Patio Down Under. I'm your host, Ada.
I'm Steve-O. How you going?
Good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Are you asking me or
Yeah, I'm good.
listeners? Yes, so here we are again, episode 6. We've gotten this far. Usual disclaimer, I don't think I disclaimed on the last one that, we're here just to talk about our experiences with our travels to Pattaya over the years. And today I think we're just going to, probably a shorter podcast today. We're really just going to talk about accommodation there and the types of accommodation and also, what do you call it, joiners fees as well, not joiners fees, what do they call it? What's joiners fees? Where did I get that from?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm trying to work out what you're coming up with.
Can we start again?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Joiners fees. I'm thinking some hotels charge what they call a joiners fee. So
Right.
if you bring a girl back with you to your hotel, some hotels can charge, but in Pattaya, I don't know.
I've never been asked for
I
anything.
think it's probably all more of the higher end, the Hiltons.
Right.
I don't even know if they'd let you bring girls. I'm not sure. I'm not rich enough to stay there, but there are, at some hotels at the higher end that I think do, but I don't know if you're going to find any of those in Pattaya. Like I said, maybe the Hilton and what's the other one near Dolphin Roundabout? Amari, whatever it is. I think that's more of a family sort of type orientated one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah,
being asked or anything.
it's a thing. If you can Google it, you can Google and check if your hotel is guest friendly.
Okay.
Is I think this term they use for bringing girls back, guest friendly.
Fair enough.
So we just stayed. Yeah, I've stayed around a few places around Pattaya. I think my first visit, I stayed in a hotel called the Mantrapura, which is a little bit out of the way. So I'd recommend you do your homework before if it's your first time, do your homework and find the right location. Me personally, I guess people, if you're doing your research and you're googling the hot spots of Pattaya, Walking Street's going to come up. Myself don't necessarily recommend staying around Walking Street. Some people might like it, but it's not for me. I sort of like to stay central, which is around the LK metro area. I think that's pretty central to everything.
Talking about Walking Street, and yeah, look, it's a great place to go and visit. If you've never been to Walking Street, but there is so much more in Pattaya than just Walking Street.
Yeah, look, you've got to go there. Like,
Yeah, absolutely, and we did, and it's an eye opener.
Yeah, I'll go to. I don't like going to Walking Street. I'm going to contradict myself here. It's not.
You like to go once?
But I like to go to iBar maybe or Insomnia or one of the nightclubs later on in the night.
Yeah, okay.
If I feel like that kind of a night.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I won't frequent the go-go bars there or anything like that. I don't really,
We went to a restaurant just near the entrance of Walking Street twice.
Oh, that's the beer bar, the beer garden. Yeah,
Beer garden. That was actually good.
Yeah, that was shut for a while, but I think I was watching a YouTube video, a vlog the other day, and someone it was a brief mention that it's open again. So I don't know. Yeah, I think the beer garden's open again.
Okay.
Good little spot out there. It's nice out in the water.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, went there a couple of times. That was good.
yeah. But as far as hotels go, like I think I've stayed at Eureka Lodge more than anywhere else.
I haven't stayed there yet. I stayed at the Travelodge, which
Yep.
is actually one street in parallel.
It's out the
to
back.
Eureka.
It's out the back of
it's about
Eureka. Yeah,
back of
across the
Eureka.
road from the back entrance
Um,
in the back door.
I'll say very nice and very clean. It was an okay place to stay. I stayed, I think it was on the 7th floor or something. So I didn't. Once I got into my room, I didn't really hear the music except for the very low bass doof doof sounds.
Yep.
But you'll hear that everywhere.
Yep.
You're going to get away from that unless you go really high. So it was a pleasant stay.
Yep.
It was a nice hotel. The people were very helpful and very nice. So it was all good as far as I'm concerned. I didn't mind the Travelodge. No breakfast or anything like that. Didn't have anything downstairs, although I always went out for breakfast anyway. But it was just one of those basic hotels. Everything was there. It was one bedroom with the bathroom behind it, and then the entrance and exit door was right there as well, next to the bathroom.
I think that's
there
one.
was a safe in there.
That's one important thing when you're staying there is a clean hotel, because you can stay in some dodgy hotels, really dirty. I remember one year I was there with a mate of mine, and he had a girlfriend at the time, and it was Songkran, and we had gone to. That's when we went out to the village. We went and did Songkran in the village, which is amazing, awesome experience. I loved it, so good. But that was so Songkran's in April, as you know. We planned on going to the village for it was 3 or 4 days, then coming back for the last few days of Songkran in Pattaya, and I booked a villa for me and my mate, and he's got his girlfriend, and she always has her friends hanging around, so villa was ideal. Booked a villa, and it was funny. Just probably a month or so out, I just sat there one day and went, "Oh shit, did I book the villa for April or August?" It just hit me out of the blue, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I've gone and checked my booking, and I'd booked it for August.
Oh,
so I contacted the villa owner, and she said, "Look, I can't do the dates you want, but I can do let's say I think we had it for 7 days. So I can do you the last 5 days, but those other 2 days it's booked out. Obviously, people staying for Songkran when you can off." So I was like, "All right, well, we'll find something." Fuck, I couldn't find anything.
you ended up with some really
So
shit.
well, we ended up staying. One of the girls, one of my mate's girlfriend's friends, worked in a restaurant, and they had rooms upstairs in Soy Post Office, Soy 13-2. And look, we've got a couple of rooms. You go, "Oh yeah, well, fuck, that'll do. It's just for a couple of nights." It was disgusting.
Yep.
In the room just felt dirty. It felt, and the basin I remember the basin in the bathroom going to wash my hands, and there were tiny little flea-like insects crawling around in and out of the hole, and I was like, this place hasn't been cleaned properly. So I think for me, I like a clean place.
Yep, I agree.
I think that's one of the priorities.
And I think something, I was going to use the word sad. I don't know if it's sad or it's just, they're used to it. But I was chatting to one of the girls over there, and I'd always chat to her in her room where she was staying. And it was a god-awful place. And there was bugs and all sorts of things in there. And because she'd show me,
Yeah.
and she'd get a shoe and killing all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, I couldn't, if that was a hotel room for me, I'd be mortified.
Yeah, I was with a girl who was a go-go girl, and she, same thing, took me back to her place. She wanted to get changed, and it was just like one small room she shared with a lady boy. A friend of hers was a lady boy. One bed. They slept on the mattress on the floor together, and their whole life was just crammed into this fucking little room.
Yeah.
And it was
Horrible. And
yeah.
what I took for granted was a shower. And,
Yeah.
And a couple of these girls would chat to me and hop into the shower while they're chatting to me. It wasn't a shower.
Yeah.
It would be where a shower should be.
Yeah, it was just a bucket.
And it was a tap with a bucket, and they pour the bucket on themselves.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
That's your shower?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a shower. I've gone, right, okay. So you enjoy shower when you come into the hotel if I'm there. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And I thought, wow, I guess for them that, those rooms though, for them, for what we pay is very cheap. They'll pay something like about 200-300 baht a month.
Yeah.
In this little room, which costs
something like that. Yeah.
Which costs them 10 baht a day.
Yeah.
If I had a hotel for 10 baht a day, I don't think anyone would ever leave Thailand.
Well, you can have a hotel for 10 baht a day, and just
No thanks.
That's what your shower's like.
Yeah. So I just took it for granted what we were getting, that everyone else was living in very similar, maybe smaller rooms, you know, but still have facilities.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah.
And that was a mind blow.
Yeah.
Absolute mind blow.
Yeah.
So when they come in and they've got taps and beautiful toilets and big showers, and I just didn't realise how much it's really good for them.
Yeah. So I guess, let's talk about the types of accommodation. Obviously, you have hotels.
Yes, you got hotels.
Stayed in a few hotels around there. Like I said, Eureka Lodge is one I've probably frequented a lot. I just like it's big. It's got 2 pools. The rooms are relatively clean. Pricing's good. Location for me, I believe, is probably the best part of Pattaya to stay in, up around LK Metro. I love that area. So definitely, yeah. So that's one place. And
What would you call? Remember when I came and we stayed in those two towers opposite each other. What would you call that? An apartment?
Apartment. So we booked that through Airbnb. I think. I was going to get to that in a sec. Yeah, because that was that was because I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy it.
The part I didn't like is when I turned up, I had a hard time getting in, and we had to make.
Yeah, that's right.
How many phone calls do we have to make to try and find the right person to give us the right key?
That's right. Yeah,
and if it wasn't for Poor being there speaking Thai,
who
was a friend of ours, she helped us out and made sure that we got it all sorted out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, on my own, the security guard wanted to be helpful, but didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So, because in there, it's an Airbnb. He's got nothing to do with it. He's just there for security, not for helping people in their rooms.
We had separate apartments then, and I
You got there early. You got there earlier.
I was there. Yeah, I got there a day or so earlier, but
But you also arrived earlier, which meant you were at a time when someone was.
Yeah, but remember, I also stayed for 2 weeks. I stayed there for 2 weeks that time.
Yeah, but I remember me when I arrived. It was midnight.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So
just the wrong time to arrive.
But I had 2 weeks booked.
Yeah.
But I stayed there for the week that you were there.
Yeah.
But as soon as you left, I'd booked a hotel. I booked around the corner LK Mansion.
Had you booked that for 2 weeks though?
Yeah, I had it booked.
And you cancelled the week off?
No, I lost my money. My money was gone.
Oh, right.
I just wasn't going to stay there. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's not like I've stayed in villas before. I've stayed in hotels. A villa, like it's yours. You do what you like.
Yeah.
A hotel, you've got staff there looking after you. There's a warm, friendly vibe. Everyone's. But that place, they're private apartments. There was no maybe for permanent residency if you want to live there, I guess. But I just didn't feel comfortable there. It wasn't a great place. So look, but
it's a great tight ass place.
Yeah,
and it is clean. I'm not going to argue about it. It was clean, or it wasn't like a horrible room or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, having that security feeling that you walk in the door and there's someone there to give you a hand or do something.
Yeah.
You miss that. And and that night, I would really wish there was someone you could talk to, because it was. I was worried I'm not going to get in the room.
Yeah.
And no offense, I would have had to bunk with you or something, which is not an ideal thing.
Would have spoiled my fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, didn't want to do that. Yeah. But so I'll stick to the hotels.
Yeah.
The
place we're talking
for me,
about
I've had 3 experiences. I had a hotel, a villa, and an apartment.
Yeah.
The best was obviously the villa.
Yeah.
As you said, we had our own swimming pool.
Yeah.
There was 4 rooms. We all had our own bathroom to a degree.
Yeah.
One of the boys his bathroom wasn't like an ensuite.
That was the main bathroom.
That was the main bathroom
in the villa. So
but the rest of us had our own ensuite.
Yeah.
So that bathroom was his.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big area to sit in. We could all sit there and watch TV together if it was, we'd come back, or we're just going to want to have a bit of a rest and relaxation before we go out or do something. There plenty of room. They had a kitchen, dining table, laundry, everything. It was just great.
Have a laundry.
There was a laundry there too.
Okay,
yeah. There was a laundry there too.
Yeah.
It was at the back. You had to go outside.
Yeah.
But it was still a sheltered area, and that was their laundry.
I think the villa lifestyle, I prefer the villa lifestyle, but
not cheap.
Well, no, it's not cheap, and if you're travelling on your own or even just with one other person, it can, because to get a decent villa, you got to stay out of the city a bit.
What did we work at? How much was it for 7 days?
No, it was 11 days.
11 days,
and we're talking 5 years ago. Was it 4 or 5 years ago?
2018.
Yeah, 2018. 11 days, and that was Christmas time, so that was peak.
Yeah,
it was peak. It was about 100,000.
100,000 baht.
Yeah.
So if you think,
but that is peak.
Sure.
Yeah.
But 100,000 baht in peak time. So for 11 days. 11 days. That's right. Sorry, 11 days. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. You know, most other hotels wouldn't be paying anywhere near that.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Per night.
But you have the convenience,
don't you? What an experience, I can say.
Yeah.
It was great. At any time you wanted to, just jump in the pool.
Yeah.
The only problem for us in that villa was where it was situated. Right behind it were all the high rises.
Yeah.
And at certain times of the day, the high rises covered the pool, so the pool water wasn't quite warm.
It blocked the sun, and because it was January, which is their winter, I guess you call it, or their cooler the cooler months.
The water was really cold.
That blocked the sun. The water was cold. It was genuinely cold. I hardly even swim in the pool that
We
time.
jumped in a few times, but we waited for the sun to touch the water, and that's when we'd go in.
Yeah, it's too cold otherwise. But
it was still a great experience. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, the villa we stayed at, there's a gated community there. It's near the corner of Theprea. It's on Theprea Road, opposite the entrance to Theprasit. So
Yep. That's the road that takes you to the market, or
to
not?
the market,
Yep.
Theprasit Market. Yeah. So if you're coming back from Theprasit Market and you get to the intersection at Theprea Road, there is a gated community right across the way. It's called Grand Conditel. And we stayed there. I've stayed in there, I think three or four times now. I can't remember, but I love it. If you're going with 3 or more people, villa lifestyle is the best, I reckon. You can go into town over night time, but during the day you sit around. A couple of times I stayed. I had, my mate's girlfriend was there with her friends, and it would be lunchtime. We'd be like, here, we'd throw them a few $100 each and say, here, go and grab some chicken or whatever, and they'd take off on a motorbike and bring lunch back, and it was great. It was really good, really good.
So Theprea Road and Theprasit.
That's Theprasit, yep.
Yeah, that's it there.
Yep.
So that was it. That's where we stayed. That was the
that's
villa
it
there.
there.
Yeah, that was the villa
That's
there.
the complex there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
that
Theprea
building you're talking about, what's it called? Vue something?
Road.
Yeah. Vue. No,
Yeah.
that's it.
Vue Condominium
5D.
Retirement Visa Thailand.
No, that's a...
No, I'm just
You're a fucking peanut. What's it called?
Vue Condominium 5D.
5D, yeah. I know what that means. But, yeah, big... And it blocked the sun. It was a bit of a shame. But
Yeah.
I've actually stayed in another villa.
Because I remember we rode around.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we walked around, sorry. We walked around and you showed us where you stayed last time. And it was way away from there.
I've stayed in that villa a few times. It's pretty good. It's really good, that villa. But, yeah, that's my favourite villa lifestyle. But we talk about... We talk about the Airbnb that we got. I've actually stayed in another Airbnb, which is somewhere, it was around, it was Soy 13 somewhere, maybe Soy 12, somewhere around there between Beach Road and Second Road. And it was an Airbnb. I found it on Airbnb. That was a really good spot. I liked that one. That was good. It was a small apartment, a studio style apartment, so like a hotel room, your bed and everything was all there. Had a pool. A nice pool. That one, the Edge had a shit pool, didn't it? I had one on the roof.
Yeah, I think we used it once, didn't we?
Yeah, because
me and you went up there.
The water was murky, and we found a Band-Aid in there.
That's right. Yeah, it was. We
so-
just sat there going, "We're not coming in." And I will say that particular apartment had a lot of families in this. There was a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So when we went up there was husbands, wives, and kids everywhere. And so I think that maybe the Band-Aids, it's just more of a family located kind of thing. So it wasn't for single men.
No, definitely not.
So,
But the other one I stayed at, I can't remember. I don't think the guy rents it anymore because I looked it up a few years later and it wasn't there. But yeah, it had a really good pool. It was like a rooftop pool, and really nice little apartment. And it was a good location. That's not a bad spot there, down around Soy 13 and that. So yeah, that was another good one. I didn't mind that Airbnb. So. But back to the hotels. You can get some really good cheap hotels there, really good ones. Just be careful because, I get a lot of my advice, like a lot of my stuff off YouTube videos. I follow a lot of the vloggers. I watch a lot of it, and that's where I've learned a lot of stuff from. But a lot of them do hotel reviews, which is great. That's good. It's good they do that. And one of the hotel reviews they did was Honey Inn?
is that the one you stayed
Soy
at?
Honey Inn, whatever it's called.
You stayed there?
So when you were at the Travelodge, remember?
Yes, I remember that.
A guy did a review. He gave it a good rap. It was great, It was a bit cheaper than what I normally spend, but it was good. And the problem was, I don't know if you remember when we booked that holiday, it was a last minute thing, and it was over Christmas. So, accommodation was hard to come by, and anything that was available was well overpriced. So it was a cheap hotel, but it cost more than it normally should have. So anyway, I was like, yeah, look, it comes recommended by this vlogger. So I booked, and it was a fucking shithole.
That's right. You weren't happy with it.
There was a smell in my room, and because it backed onto a few of the bars in LK Metro, there was music late at night. You know, not that I was in my room late at night. I was out there with the music, but the odd night where you had a bit of an early night, there was music, there was this smell, there was mould in the shower. Our bed sheets, the fitted sheet on the bed was like worn really thin, and it was like I remember waking up the morning, and I'd in my sleep tossing and turning, must have just ripped the sheet.
Oh, right.
It was that worn. It was that old and that worn, and that thin. I'd ripped it, and there were holes in it, and I was, this is fucking terrible. It was not a pleasant experience. But the vlogger gave it a rap, and I thought I wouldn't agree with you there. It was disappointing.
And that was the time. Yeah, again, that was the time I stayed at Travelodge, and I was actually happy with the Travelodge.
Yeah, you got lucky there.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
Although I booked it when I saw Travelodge, I thought it sounds to me like that'd be a hotel I want to keep the name. Because I've been in a lot of travel lodges around the world.
Yeah.
And they all try and keep a good reputation, right?
Yeah.
So, it was good. It was good. So I was happy with it.
Yeah.
But the villa was the best.
Yeah, villas are great. So if you're travelling with friends, search around for some villas.
And they've got sometimes 4 to up to 5 bedrooms. So if you've got a few friends and you want to, all have your own bedroom, whatever, look around and you'll find something.
If that is something you're interested in, just drop us an email at pattiadownunder@gmail.com, and I can forward on some details. Look, to be honest, I'm not sure if she's still operating, but I dare say she is.
I'm surprised if she wasn't.
She had a few villas there that she was renting out, so I would be surprised if she's gotten rid of them. So don't drop us a line. And she's good on the eye, old Joy too. So you'll get a good perv.
Yeah, Joy's good.
So that's it. That's accommodations. I've stayed around. I'm trying to think of other places I've stayed. I've stayed at what's it called, AA Boutique, and they're all good hotels. Where else? I'm trying to think. I've lost. Oh, Opie the Place. That's another. Budget hotel, I reckon that is good. It's got a good little pool there because I love. I've got to have a pool. I can't not have a pool. I like to go for a bit of a swim every day. Opie the Place, which is just up Soy Lenki, just off Soy Bukow, up Soy Lenki on the right. Opie the Place, cheap, cleanish, small little pool, if I'm going on a budget holiday, that's sort of probably one place I'd look at, or stuff like that. But again, I've seen, if you're looking for accommodation, your best bet's to get on YouTube, check some of the vloggers going around, because just watching even recently, I've seen some other there's one place, I can't remember the name, but one of the vloggers showed, was a really nice looking place, had a pool and everything, and the price was like 25 Australian dollars a night.
Okay.
So...
Where was it though?
Look, you talk and I'll find it. I'm a little bit unprepared, believe it or not, for this vlog.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any other. I've only really stayed in those 3 locations. I've only been 3 times, so I don't have a plethora of experience. Although I will say, when we went to Kortlandt, the island, they had you could stay on that island, and I actually said next time we should come there for go there for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Because the beach, when you arrive there by boat, which is only costs you like 40 baht to get on the boat or something or other.
I can't remember what it is.
Vogue Hotel, is that the one you?
Vogue Hotel.
Yep.
$25 a night.
Yeah.
And look, it's sorry listeners, I know you can't see the photos, but it's got a little pool. Its pool's not the biggest, but it's nice big rooms.
Looks clean.
And I think it's relatively new. So.
But if you go to Kortlandt, now that you've talked about that, which we can't see the pictures, which would be nice to see.
What's that?
I was talking about Kortlandt, but...
Oh, sorry, yeah.
But what I was going to say, when you arrive there on the boat, there's one side of the island, which would never stay. But if you get a BART bus to the other side of the island, it's a really nice place to stay.
I think it's called Monkey Beach.
The other side?
Yeah, Monkey Beach, I think it's called.
Okay. That would be one thing I'd like to do. Whether we'll get to do it on this trip coming up, I don't know, but that's something I'd like to do.
Yeah, I like a trip out to Kortlandt.
Yeah, it's a really nice island.
Yeah.
And the beach, the water compared to what you get back in Pattaya, definitely poles apart. So if you want to go into the beach water, I wouldn't go into the Pattaya water, but I would go to Koalan and go on the other side of the island to Monkey Beach, I think it's called.
Monkey Beach. I think it's...
It sounds right.
Yeah, Monkey Beach, but I think the Thai name for it's Chawang. Chawang.
But I would stay there. I might want to do that and bring a friend along.
Yeah.
So have a bit of fun and go to the beach. And it was good. And we actually ate on the beach. There's a restaurant out on the sand. It's all covered. It's all sheltered. But it was really nice. So we just sat there and we ate, had a few drinks, and then went onto the beach line. And you can hire beach lounges, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And sit back, relax, and enjoy. And they'll have people come up to you and ask if you want a foot massage or something. So, good experience.
No happy endings on the beach.
No, you don't need it anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is just a short little recording. What do you call it? What are we doing?
Recording podcast.
Yeah, just a short little recording. Just about quick chat about accommodations.
So there you go.
That's it. Yeah. So I hope that helped.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think when we go, we're going to stay somewhere else, and we can have a bit more of a chat about where we've stayed. We're going to stay at a couple of places. We were staying in Bangkok, we were staying in Kanchanaburi, and then we were staying in Pattaya. So we're three separate hotels we can report.
And we're staying at Eureka Lodge.
Oh, is that where we're going? Okay, well, that'll be a first experience for me.
Oh, you've never been there?
No. Remember I said to you, I've only been 3 times.
Ah, okay, yes.
I've stayed at the Travel Lodge,
Yeah.
I've stayed at the villa, and I've stayed at that apartment we
the
went
Edge.
to.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So we haven't done that. And I did say to you, I want to stay at Eureka because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. It's funny, I saw I was at a shop not long ago, and I was at the checkout. I was buying bed linen, I think, and at the checkout, and there was an older lady. She maybe was probably around 70, I guess, and we were talking about something. She was talking to the cashier, and I was talking. The three of us having a three-way conversation between us two and the cashier, and this older lady mentioned that she had lost her airfares on Thai Airways because she had flights booked for Thailand for a holiday. And I said, oh yeah, me too. We're still waiting to hear back from we bought some tickets pre-COVID and blah blah blah, and we're still waiting. Haven't heard anything back. And she said, yeah, she was complaining. Oh, it's terrible. I've tried to ring them, and so we had this conversation, and she goes, oh, where do you normally stay when you go? And I was sort of a bit sheepish. I said, oh, yeah. When I say Pattaya, she's probably going to know I'm a dirty old cunt, But I said anyway. I said, look, we normally stay in Pattaya. Someone didn't put their phone on silent.
Yeah,
that's very unprofessional.
I'll take it easy.
So I said, I normally stay in Pattaya, and she's like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I said, oh, okay. She goes, where do you stay when you're in Pattaya? That's very distracting.
Sorry, I put it on airplane mode, and it still rang.
And yeah, she's where do you stay when you're in Pattaya? I say, oh, I normally stay at Eureka Lodge. She goes, oh, me too. I love that place. It's fantastic. Me and my husband always go there, and we stay at Eureka Lodge, and
Remember that last time you went there? Had they? Did I think there was a time we went there. You didn't stay there because they were doing.
Oh, they were renovating.
And have you stayed there since they renovated?
No.
Right, okay.
No, I think a lot of the renovations were more in the foyer area. I'm not
not-
sure
not
if the
the
rooms
rooms.
are up. I'm not sure.
Because-
I'm not sure.
If I remember correctly, you went there once and your spa bath didn't work.
Spa bath. I don't know. No.
You stayed at Eureka once,
Yeah.
and they had to fix something for you. Because I came into your hotel room, and they were coming in and out fixing something for you.
Hang on. Was I at Eureka when you were there?
There was a time you were at Eureka. I can't remember which visit.
No.
Yes. I've been in Eureka, and I've been in the room at Eureka. And it was a really big room, and I was impressed with the size of the room you had.
Yeah, righto. Okay.
And
good story.
They were fixing and they were fixing something in the hotel room.
Yeah, okay.
In your room, in the actual bathroom, there was something broken. And they were fixing it.
Right.
And while we were waiting, you took me out to see the pool.
Yeah, okay.
Which I think where you were staying was on the same level as you. We just had to go in and out, and we were out there where the pool was. I've been inside a Eureka.
Okay,
You
all right.
took me there once.
I reckon I know when that was. Yes.
I'm not sure. It obviously wasn't the first one because it was the villa.
Yeah, but then when you stayed at the Edge, I stayed at
The
the
Edge.
Edge, and then when you stayed at the Travel Lodge, I stayed at Soy Honey Inn, whatever it was called.
But you must have moved to Eureka. You did something. You moved to Eureka at some stage.
No, I don't know.
You started at Eureka?
No, it might have been when you went when we were at the villa, you left a couple of days earlier than me. Remember?
And you moved to Eureka?
No, not Eureka. I stayed at the LK Metro.
Well, I've been at...
LK Metropole,
Oh, not Eureka.
which is around this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Metropole. Yes.
Yes.
I knew there was another hotel.
Yeah.
I thought it was Eureka.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the one they had a problem with the bathroom.
The spa.
The
That's
spa.
right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a spa in that
Not
room.
Eureka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I knew I'd been in a room somewhere. I'm like, you're making me go mad here.
What the tap or something?
Something was wrong.
Or the faucet for you Americans?
Yeah.
The tap.
I can't remember. There was something not right, and
shit. Sorry. Yeah.
and yeah, you had to. You couldn't
That's
do
right.
anything. You had
That's
to-
correct.
They
Yeah.
came in and out
Yeah,
of the room.
that's that
fixing it.
place. That's that place. Yeah.
And we looked at the pool and
Yeah. So you haven't seen Eureka Lodge?
no, sorry, I haven't. Okay.
Look, the last time I stayed there, I did notice it's a clean place, but it was getting a bit old. So now I don't know if the renovations they might have upgraded, like shower curtains started to get a bit mouldy, and it was getting a bit old. So since then, I'm sure they've updated everything. So we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah.
But that's Eureka Lodge. I mean, if you want to try somewhere different, I'm happy to try something new
We're going to be trying 3 separate hotels. We're going to be
Yep.
staying in Bangkok
for a night. Yeah.
for a night. Then we're going to Kanchanaburi.
Yeah.
And then we're coming to Pattaya. So 3 separate hotels we're staying in.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we get to Eureka and it's still old and it's worse than what it was before and just the foyer looks nice, we'll make a judgment call and say...
Well, yeah, I don't know if we'll get our money back on that, but yeah.
Oh, right.
No, we'll see. Yeah. But I think, look...
have we paid for that yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
We've got through booking.com.
Righto.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can, as we get closer, we can
Yeah.
have a look at this Vogue one and see if that's... Maybe we can move for
Yeah.
a couple of days.
It's a good spot. Like but
Where is the Vogue one?
So it's Soy Linky.
Yep.
If you go up Soy Linky, it's up sort of towards the top end in like the back street. So it's
okay.
It's a little bit
Out.
out of the way. Yeah.
Depends. If we get a motorbike,
Yeah, but even like you're not going to ride a motorbike at night.
no, because I'm going to get...
Yeah, that's right. So it's a bit of an inconvenience there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walking.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, let's not discuss our
No,
plans
all
while
good, yeah.
we're on the podcast.
Thanks for listening, guys.
If anyone's got any ideas on how we should plan our holiday, because obviously we have no fucking idea.
We're trying new things, and that's the point. We're trying to do something different, and when you do something different, it's a new experience, and get advice. Why not? So if anyone's got ideas of or not ideas, but experience they've got and they want to share it, and you've been recently, then just drop us an email.
Yeah, do that,
good.
definitely.
All right, guys.
And if you've got any stories, again, any stories, opinions, advice you want to give, drop us an email, and hopefully we'll hear from you, and this channel will grow, and we'll have stories and interviews and chats with people, and hopefully it gets better.
Yep. All good.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, guys. We'll see you later, and remember, love is just a bar stool away.